and welcome to another Meltdown podcast. With me today is our friend and fellow teacher Kseniia Minina from Ukraine. She's a friend and English teacher, and as always, every time we start the podcast, I always ask my guest to introduce themselves the way they want. So, Kseniia, welcome to our podcast.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kseniia, and I am an English teacher from Ukraine. I'm a beginner at this field in teaching English, and I worked for 10 years uh, at a musical school as a guitar teacher. And my journey to becoming an English teacher was too long. I can't say it was too complicated, but long enough.
So you did not start as an English teacher, you started as a music teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
Why and when did you decide to take up teaching?
After 2022, when I had to leave Volnovakha, it's a town in Donetsk region which was occupied after 2022, and my life has completely changed.
Okay, of course we will get to the occupation and the war in Ukraine. We'll talk about that and how it has affected your life
Mhm.
as a person and also as a teacher. But my question is, what pushed you to change your profession from music into teaching? And the second question is, do you feel like you want to continue on this path, or sometimes you think you want to go back to music?
Mhm. I have a little background. I was born in the south of Ukraine and I moved to Donetsk region in 2020. Yeah. Um, and how it happened that I have changed my life. Um, when we woke up uh, on the 24th of February, we had to leave our house. Um, and I left my job because our head teacher stayed in the occupation, and I had no possibility to work, even online. And I wanted to be useful. My husband, he's journalist, and he didn't stop working. Even um, when we are in the trip, I can't say, in the car, when we are moving from point to point, he all the time he informed people and did his work. And he asked me to help him. It was like our mission to break fake news, to tell true stories. And during half a year, I helped him. And in summer of 2022, I was invited to Portugal to spend a week near the ocean. I took my daughter and went there. I was happy. I hope to have time without stress, without shelling. But after 10 minutes, when we went to the playground, my daughter came back and she cried because she couldn't communicate with children. So she couldn't speak English, uh, and she was really sad. And at that point, I understood I can help Ukrainian children to speak English because English was my hobby. And since I was 15, I wanted to become an English teacher. But when I was 15, my parents didn't have possibility to pay for private lessons. And my mother was sure I couldn't enter the university. And I decided to uh, learn playing the guitar, and that's all. But when I got my first salary, I found a teacher, private teacher, and continued to learn English. So it was my hobby for a long time. And in 2023, I entered the university, and in 2024, uh, uh, I I am since 2024 I am an English teacher at a government online school.
You finished university or you entered university?
I am a student. I am a student of the university.
You are still a student.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what are you studying? What, English or music?
English, English. I
Mhm.
finished musical college when I was 19 years old and worked as a guitar teacher. And now I am at the university. I am a student now and I'm learning English.
Okay. I know how it feels. I'm Syrian, and I've been in this situation before. Maybe not occupied. I have never lived in an occupied place, but I know how difficult it is to move from one place to another. I moved from Syria to Ukraine, and then we had to relocate once more. So I know how it feels, especially in the beginning. So I can understand your feelings. Okay. Um, you completed TESOL, right?
Yes, but I can't say I won't discuss it. Yes, I completed the soul, but um, it hasn't changed um, nothing at my teaching because I had a teaching experience and I completed, and that's all. I don't know. Maybe I couldn't understand this course, so I can't change. I can't discuss it.
Well, many people, even after having so many courses, so many trainings, I'm telling you from a personal experience. After some time, when you meet new people, when you meet new demands, every client, because we start calling our students clients, so every client wants a different approach. So what we study in TESOL or any other, or IELTS or any other, program or workshop for teachers, we change almost 80% of it when we start our real lessons. So I understand you, and there is a huge difference between the theory or theoretical approach and practical life.
Mhm.
So yeah, I can understand your meaning, but just well, if since you have had it, I'm not gonna ask you about what you remember about it. No, but my question would be, having passed it, for people who want to teach, for people who have some kind of teaching experience, do you think, according to you, according to your experience, do you think that it's important or necessary or useful to have TESOL? Or you think if you have the time, and the effort, you better spend this time, or you better spend your time and your effort doing something else or having another training. What do you think?
Um, I passed TESOL, and I can't compare it with other trainings. But yes, of course, if you are not a teacher, it will be useful for you. Uh, yes, it's useful, but I had a teaching experience uh, in music field. And I knew about the lesson structure, I knew lots of details. And before 2022, I had private students, and I read a lot about teaching. So I I learned new information, uh, but it didn't, it hadn't changed me totally. Uh, but it was very important because I needed a document. Like, I am a teacher. I I I really wanted a document. So I was really happy to get it. It's true.
Congratulations, you already have it. Okay. So, do you come originally from southern Ukraine or from the Donbas region?
I'm originally from the south of Ukraine, but
Which city?
before which city? Первомайsk. Первомайsk. But before 2022, I lived in Volnovakha, in Donetsk region.
Okay, so having lived in Donbas region, for those who don't know what Donbas region is, especially today we hear it a lot in the news. It contains Lugansk and Donetsk in eastern Ukraine. So for those who don't know what Donbas region is, um, before 2022, before the war, how was life there? How was the everyday life? Did people talk too much of war? And how uh, how did people react to the news that there might be a full-scale invasion? I know that since 2014 there have been battles there, but it wasn't a full-scale invasion.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, how was the life between 2014 and the week or the night before the full-scale invasion in Ukraine? And did people believe that there would be war, or they thought, "Oh, it's impossible"?
Mm-hmm. I see. I moved to Donetsk region, to Donbass in 2020. My decision was unexpected and, as my family thought, unreasonable, because the war was too close. But I fell in love, and that was it. And I moved to my husband. Um, and when I moved, I realized that I knew nothing about this part of Ukraine at all. Uh, and I thought that this region was like a mining area. Do you know mine? And I thought that the region is dull and deprived. And I was really surprised when I saw picturesque views and beautiful landscapes and lots of happy people and nothing uh, reminded about war. Uh, Volnovakha was 20 kilometers from the front line, but it was a period like mm, a silent period. No shellings, no attacks, and we had a happy life. School, kindergarten worked. So I was really happy to discover this region, and um, we didn't. Especially I didn't believe in war. And my husband, who is originally from Donetsk region, he calmed me down like everything will be okay. We are not going to move. We prepared our house to live without electricity, without water. So he repeated, look around you, everything is okay. Um, and people, most of our friends, they didn't believe that the war was possible, even after 2014.
Mhm. They never realized it was so imminent. Okay. Okay. The night of the invasion, you were in Donetsk, right?
Mhm.
Um, did you decide to move at once, or you decided to stay for some time, waiting for some negotiations, or you thought it would stop? And
Mm.
what did you?
It was spontaneously the day before the invasion. My husband repeated that we uh, would stay at home and everything would be okay. But in the morning, we woke up because of shelling, and my husband immediately decided that we had to leave home. Uh, um, my daughter slept tightly, and I sat next to her, touched her, and told her that war had begun, and she could take only one, her favorite toy, um, and we moved. I wasn't sure uh, if she really understood what war meant, because she was 5 years old and we had never discussed it. Uh, she asked to take two toys, not one, two toys, and we moved. We
You moved
had
where
no
to?
plans, no routes, no places to stop. We
Where did
we
you go?
didn't up.
Where did you go?
Um, my husband drove a car, and I sat next to him, and he was driving, and I was sitting and waiting. Uh, uh, that's all. Uh,
Did you go to Odessa or
No,
another
no,
city?
no,
No.
no, no. My husband has disability, and he couldn't drive very far. Uh, his mother, my husband's mother, she's originally from Zakarpattia. It's a safe region, and relatives are invited us to Zakarpattia, but my husband has a disability and he couldn't drive very far, and our car was too old, and we made our first stop 60 kilometers away in Zaporizhia region.
Mm.
We stayed in the hotel, and because my husband couldn't drive a car and I couldn't drive a car at all, and I wrote a post in the Facebook like we need a house we'd like to rent a house, and the next day, one local lady invited us to a house in the village nearby that city. And we stayed there in that old house. Um, we had to light a stove. Do you know what? So I had never done it before. Um, we had a modern house, so and we stayed in an old house. The owner died 10 years ago, and nobody lived in that house. Old beds, old fridge, no water in the house and even in the yard. Uh, I was shocked completely, but we could light a stove, and uh, it was warm in the house, and we were glad because we knew that in Volnovakha people stayed without electricity, heating, water, and we stayed there for 1 week. When one morning my husband um, went to the yard and saw Russian helicopters under the village, and we had to move again. And in the evening, we moved in the morning, and in the evening the village was occupied. Uh, we couldn't we couldn't stay in the occupation because my husband, he's a journalist, and we knew that journalists are target for Russian army. And we moved one more time. Then we stopped in Dnipro. It's a big city, and it was a safe place enough, but the city is big, and we thought about what to do, and we decided to choose a small town. And we went to Zhovti Vody, it's a Dnipropetrovsk region, and we stayed here because of a cheap rental. Really cheap. It was really cheap.
Okay, Ksenia. So, we know now in Ukraine there are many problems, which I hope can soon be solved, and I go back because Ukraine is my second home. Um, Now, for those who have never been in this situation, as a teacher in Ukraine, you told me that you are working online. What problems or issues do you think, or not you think, you want to tell people about that Ukrainian teachers, could be language teachers or teachers in general, are facing because of the ongoing war?
Mhm. Um, First of all, we work online because we don't have a building. So our school exists online. Uh, our teachers are all over the world. Our students are all around the world, and we work online. Um, we work online and hold our after-class activities online. Um, some of our students are still living in the occupied territory because they want to study in a Ukrainian school. We know it's dangerous for them they attend classes in the morning in Volnovakha, and in the afternoon they attend our classes. We never mention them in posts on our Facebook page. Um, so, but we are proud of them. Um, we are happy to have such students. Uh, it is the main challenge. Another one is shelling, and um, we have to have our classes without electricity, and now I don't have electricity. Uh, Often we have no electricity for 10, 12 hours a day. We interrupt our lessons during air raid alerts, or continue working and risking our lives. Most of the time we keep working. We move to a safer place, like a bathroom or in the corridor, and work. We have large power banks to work, so work without electricity, it's not a problem at all. But it was a problem 1 year ago. Blackouts, we were afraid, and now we are afraid of attacks, shellings. It's really dangerous, and
Now you are in Performance.
no, we are in Zhovtivod. It's Dnipropetrovsk region. It's the closest region to the front line.
Yeah. So just
We
for
we are
those who are,
still we are still here because of uh, a cheap rental.
I see. And now you're talking to me and you have no electricity.
Yeah, no electricity.
Yeah.
And
So
I'd like to show. I'll make a video how it works without electricity. I don't have electricity now. It's my power bank for my laptop and this device.
just for those who are watching us, Ksenia has no electricity now, and I'm sure she's not the only person. She's not the only person in Ukraine who is suffering from such horrendous things. Uh, Yet she's still ready to podcast, and she's still ready to work. You know, and I know there are many people, many Ukrainians, who suffer from the same situation. So, just want to show how those people are with everything. They insist on working and they insist on surviving, and um, while many others may complain about things like I don't know, lack of something, those people are with all of these challenges, with all of these dangers. They're still working and they're still fighting, and I'm really happy to have lived with such courageous people. I'm proud of my second family. Yeah. Okay. During your teaching career, do you remember one situation or story, something you'd like to share with me, share with the viewers?
Um, I'm a beginner at teaching. I don't have a lot of stories, but um, I can share my feeling. Um, I
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Go ahead.
uh, I really appreciate the moment when my students um, say that they like English lessons, and uh, they are waiting for our meetings. and it's the best moment for me, and it really inspires me to work and to survive maybe in this situation. And I I'm proud of my students who can speak English. Uh, I'm a teacher at a primary school, but we had a, an experience of speaking clubs with native speakers. And my youngest students, they could speak. It was really great, and I, I'm proud of them.
Okay, do you see your future as an English teacher, or you think that one day you'll go back to your original education, which is music?
No, I wouldn't like to come back to music or journalism. No, I had a possibility. But I'd like to improve my teaching skills and my English, of course. And maybe one day, mm, I had a private school, or maybe I got a grant for teaching. It's really popular today to get a grant for a good job, a good purpose. And
Well, that's the dream of every teacher that one day they work for their own, they have their own courses, they have their own buildings, and others come and work for them. So I know, I know
yeah,
how.
maybe. But I like being teacher at government school. Uh, it's okay for me, and I'm not going to change something in the nearest future.
I see. How do you see Ukraine's future after the war? Many people ask this question, when do you expect the war to finish? So I'm not sure about Ukrainians. Many
Mhm.
foreigners, they ask the same question. When approximately, when do you think, how do you see it? As if, we have a solution in our pockets. So just, solution, war is over. Yeah, tomorrow, maybe next week. Yeah. So they don't understand the real situation. So that's why I'll never ask this question. But instead, I'll ask this question: how do you see Ukraine after the war, which we all hope it finishes right now with fair and lasting peace for
Mhm.
Ukraine. Not just finish like that and Ukrainian
Mhm.
people suffer. No.
Uh, yes, I'm not an expert, but my husband is really a wise person, and he couldn't predict the beginning of war, but um, uh, he repeated it would be harder than now than during the war, because now we have uh, lots of opportunities, possibilities. Lots of countries support us, and the time after could be harder than now. I try to live now. Don't wait for the ending. I'd like to come back to Donetsk region, to Donbass. Of course, our house is still there. Um, our friend lives in our house, and but I'm not waiting for this special occasion, this special moment to come back. We try to live here and now. That's all. We will see.
Yeah, that's what I always hear, that people no longer ask themselves when it will finish.
Mhm.
Everyone just lives the day.
Ah, I try to
Okay.
make friends here in Жовті Води. Um, try to travel, not not around the world, but um, around the region to discover this region. It's new for me. Ukraine is big, and I have never been before in Dnipropetrovsk region, so I have a great possibility to discover a new region for me, and I did it. I do it.
Any thoughts, any final thoughts you would like
Ah,
to share before we finish?
um, maybe advice to future teachers.
Okay,
O-
sure, go ahead.
Okay. Don't be shy. May your dreams come true, and be brave like Ukraine. So that's all.
Thank you, thank you. So, Ksenia, thank you very much. And you are an example of hardworking people. While and it's just something to show the whole world that while some people in some countries complain about the lack of uh, like luxury or the lack of ability to travel to other countries or the lack of free time to spend their winters in Malaga or in Sicily. There are people not far from them who are really hard workers, who are fighting hard with horrible conditions. They live under heavy emotional pressure, but they are still fighting and they're not complaining. So thank you very much for being with me, and thank you very much for giving this image to the real Ukrainian people whom I know because I've lived with them. So for me, it wasn't a surprise. But we just wanted to show as many people as possible what true Ukrainians or what a true Ukrainian person is. So thank you very much for being with me, Ksenia.
Thank you too for the invitation. Um, I hope one day we could meet in Ukraine, in Donetsk, in Volnovakha, and
I'm sure we will meet. I'm sure we will meet, but I'm not sure where. I'm sure we will meet in Ukraine, but I can't say where. But I hope. I hope.
yeah.
So
Thank you. Thank you too.
thank you very much. So, dear viewers, that was Ksenia and her very nice podcast, her story, which is an inspiration for many people. So you are going to watch this podcast on Meta podcast channel and on my own channel. It's going to be available in two versions: the video version and the audio version for those who prefer just the audio. So thank you very much for being with us, and see you later with another podcast and with another guest.